So a lot of people are buying this little controller, the Numark Party Mix, or the Numark DJ to go to give another example, of tiny little cheap boxes with a built-in audio interface. You can throw them in a bag, you can take them to any party anywhere with you, you can take them on a plane, into a hotel room, and a lot of people who are buying them have got a big controller. They've got a serious controller at home that they take to their bigger gigs, and these are kind of a backup. There's a huge number of people going down that route, but the trouble is there's always going to be that feature you wish they'd put on. It's got like 20 knobs, right, and buttons. It hasn't got everything. Of course it's not going to have everything. I mean, can you imagine trying to squeeze everything that's on there into there? It's not going to happen. But the thing is, there might just be that one feature that when you're plugging in this instead of your big controller that you just wish they'd included, and you'd be prepared to give up something else in order to have it. Well, I'm going to show you exactly how to map those features today using Serato DJ Pro and this little Numark Party Mix. And the one we're going to hone in on is filter. Filters are awesome, right? We all like them, we all hear them, we all DJ with them, but there ain't no filter on here. And so what are we going to do to fix it? Well, it's really, really simple. You need Serato DJ Pro, so if you have got one of these and you've got the Serato DJ Lite that came into the box, this could be the thing that finally tips you to upgrading to Serato DJ Pro. You need Serato DJ Pro and you need to use MIDI mapping. So I'll show you how it's done. We're going to dive into the program and we're going to hit the configuration panel here and go to MIDI, and we're going to select our party mix and just make sure allow Serato hardware remapping is on. This will let us change the controls on this unit. Now we need to find a control that we want to use for our filter that we think we can do without. So looking at it, we have the gain knobs at the top. So if we turn auto gain on, again we just head into our audio functions. That's going to adjust the gain for us in the software, and we don't have to use these gain controls at all. So now they're a good shoe-in to use for filters. So here's how you do it. You hit the MIDI tab at the top here, which will open a MIDI panel, and this MIDI panel lets you pick various controls that you can then reassign to controls on the unit. So I'm going to click the filter on the left-hand deck here, and then it says press or move the MIDI control you want to assign. So now I'm going to move the gain left and right, and you can see that it's changed on the screen, and that's telling me that it's assigned. So now I'm going to move over to the filter on the right, and I'm going to click it and do the same thing for the right hand gain. So now, hit play on this track, I've got a nice big fat filter where the gain control used to be on there, on a tiny controller like this. Now, there's always going to be compromises. In this instance, there's no click in the middle on the controller, so you've just got to be careful to put it right back in the middle every time you use it. But that is a huge improvement to a controller if you've made the decision that you don't want to have gain and it's not going to really affect you by letting the software do that bit for you. Let me show you another way that you can alter this for the better. Let's say that you're quite happy using the keyboard shortcuts to load your tracks. It's very simple on the keyboard to load tracks, and a lot of people use the mouse and they're on their laptop picking their tracks anyway, so they're not really using the browse knob or the load knobs or the load buttons down here. So we could maybe think about reassigning some of that. Let's reassign the load buttons 1 and 2 and turn them into slip controls. So by going into the Serato software and clicking on the slip at the top there, I can then press button 1, and I can do the same over here and press button 2. So now if I hit play on this deck, slip mode isn't on, it's just stopping and starting. Press my new slip button and I've got a slip function. Now, what if you decide that you don't want those? You decide that actually you want your load buttons back and actually you want your gain controls back. Well, it's really simple. You go back to the control that you are sick of and you just hit the return button. And now that gain control is back to being a gain knob and it's volume rather than filter. And the same for the others. So that is how to very quickly remap controls on a Serato controller to get it to do things that you want it to do, not the things that it was originally mapped for. If you've really enjoyed this, then please click share, please click follow and like this post so we can make more like it in the future. I'll see you again very soon.